Hello and welcome to ECE102. The purpose of this video is to give you an overview of the structure of the course, both in terms of the grading scheme and what the major assignments are that you are working on. This course has a unique structure in several ways, which is why I am making this video. Note, this video might actually be for a different semester, or you might have a different instructor than I am. So this video should be close to the way your course is structured, but for full details, of course, check your official syllabus. So up here I have a copy, or at least a rough draft of a syllabus for the fall 25 semester. And where I really want to jump down is this grade table at the end. So there is no partial credit in this course. The only marks you can receive on any one assignment are yet or not yet. In other words, pass or fail, but with the opportunity to resubmit most assignments if you don't earn that yet, quite yet. You get to choose which grade track you want to commit to. Obviously, there's going to be more work for an A, less work for a C. So let's explore this table a little bit. There are 3 team projects over the course of the semester. Everybody on those projects is going to contribute to the base submission of that project, and you'll have to complete a summary quiz to make sure that you as an individual understand what's going on in that project. Right. If you are pursuing a B, then you'll also have a reflection on each of these projects, and you will need to complete and earn positive reviews from your teammates. And then if you are pursuing an A on top of that, you have an extension. So you start with the ideas of the projects, but you go a little bit further as an individual. So you see those 5 components to each project. How many do you have to do? It depends on which grade track you choose. There are also several comp cards. So comp is short for competency. There are 10 official competencies in this course. There's 6 of those that I say are discrete skill competencies that I'm going to assess you on individually. And then you have specific assignments for each of these. If you're pursuing a C, you have to do the minimum assignments. If you're pursuing a B or an A, you have to do all of the C assignments in addition to everything that's listed down here. And you'll see how those competencies are organized on your own e-portfolio in just a minute. If you are pursuing an A, the big difference from a B is the extensions on the projects, but then also doing readings from a book called Range, completing a reflection on those, and leading an in-class discussion. Now, this book Range, I think, is extremely interesting. And it has lots of applicability to this course. So it's not like an assignment out of left field, right? It really is just an extension beyond the base content of the course, which shows that you're thinking critically about the ideas of this course. And you see it's not even a textbook, right? It was a New York Times bestseller maybe 10 years ago. I learned a lot from it, and I'm excited for you to learn from it as well. All right, back to the syllabus here. The way to earn any of these non-passing grades are also summarized here, but those aren't the ones that you probably want to be pursuing. So those details are just to handle those situations when they come up. But no partial credit, which is scary, right? You can't earn a 70% on any one assignment. It's either a pass or a fail. But if you're in that fail, it's actually just a not yet. Take feedback I give you, work on it, resubmit, and try to turn those not yets into yets to fulfill the requirements for whichever grade track you choose. Let's see. What else do I want to show you here? Let's jump over to the ePortfolio. So an ePortfolio is a website that you will build through a software called Notion, and we have training assignments in this course to build you up to using Notion. And then on this website, there's a quick introduction to yourself. You will list out the course competencies for the semester, and then you get down to the real meat of your submission. At the end of the semester, you need these cards or pages for each of those 6 competencies I mentioned earlier in the table. Within these cards, you see a summary of that competency, and then your actual submission. So artifact number 1 for setting goals is the SMARTER matrix. We'll introduce what this is in a lesson. You will work on this as an in-class assignment, and then you will summarize your work as you compile it to this ePortfolio. So it includes an artifact, the thing you are showing off, as well as a reflection, your thoughts on it, how it supports the competency, how you can apply this particular artifact to your career or life. So that's generally what these reflections show. If you're pursuing a C, that's the one thing you need to submit for this competency in particular. If you're pursuing an A or a B, then you have a second artifact to submit. And of course, I have a document that outlines which artifacts you have to complete for each of those 6 competencies. So we will be working on these throughout the semester. There really is just one giant due date for these at the end of the semester. We will have a meeting one-on-one, you and me, over a Google Meet, in which I review your ePortfolio and make sure that you meet the expectations. So that'll happen at the end of the semester for your final grade, but mid-semester we'll also have a check-in meeting very similar to that. So you'll want to be developing these artifacts and reflections all semester, so it's not one big crunch at the end. Also down here, if you are pursuing an A or a B, you have reflections on the projects that you do. So you'll see little pages on your ePortfolio related to that. All right, so that is what an ePortfolio looks like. And as a last item, this is what our Canvas class website looks like. So this is where all the information you need for the semester will be, the assignment documents, where your marks are posted, etc. The place where I post announcements to the course. Also, if you need to get in contact with me, you can log into Canvas and click on your Canvas inbox and send me a message through that. One really nice note is I have created and openly licensed all of the learning materials that you're using this semester. What that means is you do not need to purchase a textbook. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out through the Canvas inbox. I look forward to meeting you in class.